Hey everyone, CR Game Scott here. As you can see, we're taking a look at this computer screen, and the droid's actually up there now. I may have to restore if I talk and he comes after me, but essentially the trick, let's get out of here, but the trick to being able to move westward, where we want to go, is that you pretty much just stand over here. When the droid comes from the left, you just leave, and then come back, and he'll start going back upwards, and he will actually avoid you. So you can actually, instead of trying to have him chase you all around and avoid him that way, you can actually just kind of trick him. And you can actually do that without looking at the screen. I think you get points for that. I'm not really sure. I mean, it seems like the whole thing of going back to, Space Quest 10 and buying that thing seems almost pointless, unless I know you get to see the scene with Volhaul and etc. So maybe you get to pick up a couple more plot points and maybe a couple of points, but actually to progress the game, I don't know if you need to use this thing. So maybe I was a little judgmental earlier on that you need to actually get the laptop. If you don't early on, you're in trouble. Alright, so we've seen this a couple already. I just want to pick it up again. So we all get the point. This is Roger's son. We know that beforehand. You know, Volhaul's keeping him captive. We know his plan doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But, just getting that in. So, apologize for wasting your time. But we finally are able to progress to where we were supposed to go. Alright, so we got that point, and anything can happen in this game. Let's give her another save. Save early and often. Okay. So let's check out this computer. Or this keypad, I should say. Uh-oh, we need another number. Let's see. Yeah, that might be the code, right? We just need to guess it. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound right. Oh, might want to guess the code correctly. Yikes. Yeah, it sets off an alarm and that guy comes back. Fortunately, we saved it. I'm very glad I did. So, you need to get the right code. I used 41 twice. I can't count or can't remember the numbers I use, at least. Okay, well, there's multiple ways to do it. One way is to look at a hint guide. Another is to look at the hint guide. Alright, and we want to... I'm not sure you're supposed to know some of this stuff, which page to go to. I think this is on page 7. I guess you just have to play around with everything. I'm in a strange room inside I guess you can look at the question, too. I'm in a strange room inside the supercomputer. Scary eyeball-looking things stare at me. Biomechanical bones liven up the area nicely. How do I get the door open? Use the Ovaltine, Roger. The jaws of life would be most helpful. Since neither of these items are in the game, try this code 54321. Since that one didn't work, try this 6965847669, and that is the correct code. I have it written down already. I've fallen and I can't get up. Let's see what that says. We'll call your family in the hospital right away, Mrs. Fletcher. Alright. Well, let's get out of here. I might do a bonus video or something where we go through some of the gags in the game, so, if that's something you want, feel free to leave a comment or something so you're not shortchanged. But in any event, I'm not going to waste too much of the game playing, looking at some of those Easter eggs. So yes, that's the right code. Unfortunately, this time, they actually do not give you, I think when we found the code for the Time Ripper, it told us that it's the right code. For this one, it really didn't give us any indication that it was correct, but I'm sure a resourceful and experienced adventure gamer would figure that out. Alright, so 69... 6, 5, 8, 4, 7, 6, 6, 9. Kind of hard to guess that. I'm sure you mathematicians out there could calculate the odds for being able to do so. Alright, so since, of course, you can always get fried doing something wrong in this game, let's replace it with 42. That, yes, I recalled that. Remember it correctly this time, I think. Alright, so let's... that's interesting. Do we need the computer again? Maybe you do need the laptop. Maybe I have to take back my statement about the laptop. No? Well, what's the story? Step into the chamber. Alright, well that's one thing. Alright, so this is like looks like some old, I don't know, Apple 2G, maybe old Mac screen, I don't know what it's supposed to be. But in any event, so this computer has quite a few things on it. And this is your brain. This is only your brain. Had this been a real brain, you would have known how to use it. Looks like some security droid of some sort. Okay, so I think for the most part you're not supposed to play around with these things. If you do, you can get yourself killed. And so you want to erase the brain, and you want to erase the droid. So you put it in the toilet instead of the trash can. There we go. And take the brain down. I don't think you have to dump the brain, but if you do, you get in trouble. If you dump this, what happens is the game actually ends, so I don't want to do that. Otherwise, I have to restart everything or go back into DOS, the pseudo-DOS screen. I'm not sure what happens with the King's Quest games and the Leisure Suit. Actually, this is like supposed to be a future game. I don't really know that much about the series, but because I know the King's Quest never went that high, I assume at this point this game, Leisure Suit Larry, didn't go that high either. But I don't know. What are we on time? Well, I guess we could save the game again and see what happens with the other ones. I'm not going to dump the Space Quest just because I know that's going to throw me out. We'll see what happens with the other, if anything happens with the other games. 43, I think. So we'll take some time to pause and see what happens with these things. I'm going to restore it if nothing happens immediately afterwards, just because I don't want something strange to happen down the road. Alright. And how do I get out of here? Well, that's the next challenge, I guess. There we go. Time to format. Well, I'm going to actually restore it just because, like I said, I don't know what happens with the King's Quest and Leisure Suit Larry if you dump them. It might do something that affects the outcome. I don't have any knowledge of that right now, so I think it actually took away some of the time. If you see down here, I think we have more time on the clock now that we didn't do that, so I think it was wise to restore things. Now, the good news is, by dumping those things, we got rid of the droid, and I think we got rid of something else. I think somehow we started this clock up. Alright, so going east, and we have to go north. And I'm going to try to just go through it. I'm not sure if you're supposed to look at all the terminals to try to kind of figure out where you're supposed to go. But I'm just going to cheat a little. I think we are actually getting pretty close to the end. So I think we'll go through the maze, and then we'll pause for the time being. And I think we are pretty much there. Yes, this will be the final portion. And so I am going to leave you hanging to see what will happen in the final part of the game. Let me pause this so I don't run out of time. Alright. It should be the final part of the game. next time we'll have either the conclusion or one away from the conclusion, I believe, or the most 3 away from the conclusion, or 2 away, I should say. In any event, this is your game Scott. Apologize for confusion, and we will see you next time as we draw towards the end of Let's Play Space Quest 4. Take care.